Chloe, no last name, just the girl who owns 47 lip glosses sorted by mood, 3 chipped plates that each have their own origin story, one extremely dramatic houseplant named Kevin, who has already written his memoir chapter, titled The Night, the Heat, Died, and Love Was Born, and an entire linen closet dedicated to extra blankets because she's perpetually cold and perpetually prepared, stands barefoot in her apartment at 10:03 p.m. on a Thursday that just dropped from cozy to Arctic in the span of one dramatic, building-wide shiver, wearing an oversized off-the-shoulder, baby pink hoodie that keeps slipping down one arm like it's personally invested in tonight's plot twist, and the softest white cotton boy short pajamas she could find. They're basically a cloud with a drawstring and a death wish. Hair twisted up in a knot, held together by a chewed-up pencil, 3 bobby pins, 1 paperclip, and the sheer force of whatever magic turns ordinary chilly evenings into something unforgettable, when 3 calm, familiar knocks land on her door like fate showing up wrapped in frost. You guys, I'm Chloe, 22, fairy lights glowing low and gold like they're trying to compensate for the building's mood swings. Soft music playing from my phone on the counter. The hallway outside suddenly freezing because the heat decided to take a dramatic, unannounced vacation. Kevin the plant wrapped in the tiny scarf I crocheted him last winter and perched on the windowsill like a tiny green drama critic, ready to live tweet every second. And this is happening right now. 10:03 p.m. on a Thursday that just looked at every cozy trope and said, hold my blanket. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, comment the last time, do you have a spare blanket? Turned into the warmest, coziest, best night of your life? Let's go. I'm mid-cocoon in my favorite throw blanket, debating whether to make hot chocolate or just hibernate until spring when the knocks come. I open the door, still wrapped like a burrito, blanket trailing behind me like a cape. Everett is standing there looking unfairly handsome. For someone whose apartment just turned into a walk-in freezer, soft black Henley with the sleeves pushed up just enough to be polite but still unfairly distracting. Dark jeans, salt and pepper hair, a little messy, like he's been pacing and rubbing his arms, green eyes warm and gently sheepish in the hallway light. He's rubbing his hands together like he's trying to start a fire with friction alone. Hey, he says, voice low and calm and kind, breath fogging slightly in the cold hallway. My heat just decided to go full Antarctic on me. Any chance you've got a spare blanket I could borrow? I'll bring it back tomorrow with interest. Probably coffee and muffins. I laugh and step back, waving him in with the blanket still half draped around my shoulders. I have an entire blanket empire. Come in before Kevin starts charging rent for body. Heat! He steps inside, closes the door softly behind him, and the apartment instantly feels 10 degrees warmer, like the fairy lights just turned up their glow on purpose, and Kevin the plant just gave an approving nod. We end up in the living room, him standing near the couch looking around at the fairy lights, the mountain of throw blankets, the cozy chaos like he's entered a warm little sanctuary, me digging through the basket like I'm on a mission from the gods of comfort. Conversation starts perfectly innocent for the first 9 minutes and 41 seconds, how the building's heat is older than both of us combined and throws tantrums every time the wind changes direction, how he once survived a power outage with nothing but a candle, a book, and sheer stubbornness. How Kevin is now openly staring like he's waiting for his cameo and probably judging my blanket-to-human ratio. How I have a whole system. The fuzzy ones for movie nights, the weighted one for anxiety days, the fleece one with tiny stars that's my absolute favorite. Every shared laugh makes the room feel smaller in the best way. Every quiet pause feels full instead of empty. Every time our fingers brush, while I hand him another blanket option, neither of us pulls away quite fast enough. I finally hand him the softest, warmest, biggest blanket I own. The cream one with the tiny embroidered stars that I usually save for the coldest nights or the hardest days. Here, I say softly. This one's my favorite. It's basically a hug in fabric form. He takes it but doesn't step back. Instead, he drapes it over both of us like it's the most natural thing in the world, and suddenly we're sharing warmth and fairy-light glow and the softest silence I've ever known. Thank you, he says, eyes never leaving mine. You just saved my night. I smile, cheeks warm. Anytime. Happy to help. He doesn't leave right away. Instead, we talk a little longer about nothing and everything, and somehow end up on the couch under the same blanket, shoulders touching, knees brushing, tea that actually stays warm this time because we keep forgetting to drink it while we're busy laughing and sharing stories about favorite childhood winters. silly cold weather survival tips, the way fairy lights make even freezing nights feel magical. We play with Kevin's leaves like he's part of the conversation. We open the window just a crack to let the cold air kiss our faces and then close it again because the blanket is warmer. We slow dance to the music still playing softly from my phone, even though we keep stepping on each other's toes and laughing about it. Hours pass like minutes. We make grilled cheese at midnight because we finally remember we're hungry, and we eat them cross-legged on the living room rug, feeding each other bites between smiles that feel like promises, the blanket still around our shoulders like a shared secret. We watch the hallway lights flicker, back on through the peephole, but neither of us moves to check if his heat is back, because why would we when this is better? By the time the moon is high and the apartment is quiet in the very best way, the blanket is still around both of us, and something new and warm and wonderful has settled between us like the coziest kind of forever. Chloe winks at the camera, phone propped on the bookshelf where it's been recording since 10:02 p.m., red light still glowing, hoodie slipped softly off one shoulder, fairy lights painting everything warm and golden. The once lonely blanket now wrapped around both of us like it knows its job is done, and it did it perfectly. Kevin the plant giving a tiny, approving nod from the windowsill. And that's the full, longer, wholesome, heartwarming, chilly Thursday, spare blanket, fairy light glow, all night into forever, grilled cheese at midnight, slow dancing in socks, tea that actually stayed warm. Kevin the plant got multiple cameos, blanket cape superhero story of how "Do you have an extra blanket?" became the coziest, warmest, best little rescue of my entire life. Some nights aren't cold, they're just waiting for the right person to bring the right kind of warmth, and maybe stay for tea and grilled cheese and every sunrise after. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment the last time a cold night turned into the warmest one you never want to end. Chloe's dangerous desires just found the perfect kind of heat, and we're never turning it off.